Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 245. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers?
What's
going on?
Hi, Dana.
Hello.
Dan, what's your favorite video game trailer of all time?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can nail one. I think anybody around our age, I go to Gears of War 1 trailer.
See, I was gonna say Gears,
Mad
but
World trailer.
mine is actually Gears 2. I think it's All Ends or something trailer. It's the one where they're about to get shot down into the fucking, what are those things called, locusts, right? Into the locust, underground, wherever the fuck they live, and but they're all enjoying their last peaceful moments on top, and it's it's got Cole looking at the flower through a sniper scope, if you remember this one, and Marcus sitting under a tree and shit like that. I don't know, that trailer always stuck with me. It played before a movie, and I remember always sticking with me then. Yeah, and I was in the movie theater when I first saw that trailer. I think it was Quantum of Solace. That movie, the James Bond movie. Yeah, really weird reference. Yeah, but I remember it playing before that, and that trailer's fucking awesome.
I also have to give a big shout out to the Tears of the Kingdom, that launch trailer.
Ooh, yeah,
it was incredible. Oh my god, that trailer was masterful.
One of my other favorites was BioShock Infinite, the reveal trailer, where they start and they're in the tank, and you think it's underwater, you think it's gonna be Rapture still, then they pull out, and then you see Elizabeth for the first time, but then Booker falls out the window and you see Columbia for the first time. That one's fucking awesome. I love that one.
Even the original BioShock, it was that CG one. You remember that CG where he's fighting the daddy?
Yeah, first person
and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really
great trailers.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones.
I mean, the Gears of War Mad World, I think, is iconic.
Yeah, that one's definitely iconic. There's Halo 3 one back in the day, and the launch trailer for that.
Oh, with the miniature one.
Yeah,
remember that one? It was was it Finish the Fight trailer?
Oh yeah, where everything looked they look like action figures, sort of.
Yeah, and then Chief is holding a grenade at the end or whatever.
And his head moves up at then. Yeah, Halo had some great ones, especially ODST, where they would do the future look, after the events, or it seemed all the soldiers were way older at that point, and they were kind of talking back, it was a documentary style, and they were saying their thoughts on the war and shit like that.
It's so funny you brought up Halo 3, because I'm even thinking about one of those first teasers they did of Chief running, and he throws the bubble shield down. And then the Wraith Blast hits it. So cool.
My friend had a hologram card of that for a pre-order of Halo 3, where you could move it and see Chief running. It was really weird. I'll never forget that thing though. It's awesome. There's some awesome marketing back then for Halo.
Yeah. Halo had some really good ones.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. The Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal trailer will always be in my mind, even though that was
interesting,
not representation of the game at all, because it was 8 years before the game actually came out. Yeah, I was stoked, but that one always sticks out to me. I think some others. There's a lot of good ones, man. Fallout 3 always sticks out in my head.
So many now. Yeah, what is the name of that armor piece? Or what? I'm not a big
the power armor.
The power armor.
Yeah,
where it turns around in the bus.
Yeah.
That's iconic too.
Plays the World on Fire song too over it. Yeah. That one's fucking awesome. Yeah, I think all the 360 era ones stick out in my head a little bit more, just because that was actually when I saw commercials,
Yeah, and I think that's when E3 was huge.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that too.
They came swinging with those trailers. Now we just get trailers all the time.
And it's now I feel I don't even see them. I can't. I'm trying to think of even ones in 2020 or something. I don't remember a Last of Us 2 trailer, or something like that, or I don't know, any other games that came out
not
this
that are,
decade.
Memorable.
Yeah. Interesting.
They're good trailers, but
I'm sure there are. There's probably just a shit ton I haven't seen. There's a launch trailer for literally every game that comes out. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen them. I never click on them, and
it's just in these showcases.
Yeah, and even the Gears of War ones we're naming, those are launch trailers. It's and we're just not seeing them nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I just don't think. I think overall the impact of these trailers has definitely diminished.
For sure. Yeah.
I just said that Tears of the Kingdom one, but that was how many of those? We're not really getting that many of those,
Yeah. Even that one, I don't really recall it. You know,
you don't where it starts showing little pieces of the thing, and then you see Link falling, and then the music swells, and then it's showing you all the different things he could do.
No, yeah, maybe I watched it, but
really?
yeah, there's a good chance I just never even saw that. You know?
No, you did. 'Cause I think we talked about it on the show.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah. Even the Breath of the Wild one, that launch trailer for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to like where Zelda was crying and all that.
Yeah.
And Link's like holding her.
Which I just remember the one where they're like playing on rooftops.
Yeah, the rooftop.
Yeah, the rooftop.
Playing Skyrim.
That was where they revealed Mario in one of those trailers, Mario Odyssey.
It was like a snippet of.
Yeah, it was like a snippet, right? And they were just playing it on the TV in the background, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Skyrim again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did show Skyrim in there.
Yeah, dude playing on the plane.
Yeah. I bought Skyrim on my Switch forever ago. Never touched it.
Everyone buys Skyrim everywhere.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have it.
What did Todd say? He said, "We'll keep putting it everywhere as long as you guys keep buying it.
As long as you guys keep buying it, shit. I'll play Skyrim on my microwave.
Sure.
I played that
Doom on his fridge.
Oh yeah. I played that the Skyrim over the Alexa Amazon thing.
Oh my god. I forgot they did that.
Yeah, I played that for like a good hour once. I was just sitting there in the kitchen talking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, funny shit. They should make more of those. Give me like a Resident Evil one of those or something, you know?
Sure. Need to find this key.
Yeah, find the key. Oh, you found the key. Here's your obscure puzzle piece. Really difficult.
Where's it go?
Where's it go?
Alexa, where does this piece go?
She's a no either, because it makes no fucking sense. I'm playing Silent Hill. It's the same thing. It's just like, why is this? What is this? You know, it's like I was in a prison and it's like you had to like find a boar's eye to unlock a door, and like there was a boar on the door, and it's like, why? Like, why is the prison designed like
horror games?
Who did that? Who did that? Daniel, been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah, a bit of a weird week.
A weird one.
Yeah,
lots of games coming out. Fun time right now.
Yeah, we're still just in the era of just games releasing.
Which is great. That was great.
Yeah.
Great to be here, you know. It's not going to stop either because we're going to next year and it's just fucking packed.
Yeah.
Which is just lovely. First up then, Game Freak is the latest developer to get a whole bunch of leaked information from a hack. Some of the major information from the hack include code names for the next mainline Pokemon game, which I believe it was like K and Y or something for the code names. So they're clearly just using code names right now. I don't think that's indicative of what the name's actually going to be for the next mainline Pokemon game. But anyways, those are supposed to be for a Switch port and the next Nintendo console port. So seems like we'll be getting crossover there. Then we also got some sort of Pokemon MMO. We're in the hack. Not really any concrete information from it, but some sort of Pokemon online multiplayer game that they're making over there. And then we also got details on the next Detective Pikachu movie, which may or may not be canceled because it was supposed to come out this year. And we have not heard about that at all. Yeah, so
I've never seen the first one.
A lot of interesting stuff. It's weird. It's weird.
I just don't like how the Pokemon look. I don't think they look good.
Yeah.
I think the CG's a good quality. I just don't like the direction of how they look. I think it looks bad.
There's also details of a bunch of live action Pokemon TV shows that were supposed to go on Netflix that also may or may not be canceled that were in there. So
why would we want live action Pokemon?
I don't know. Not entirely sure at all. But they seem to be developing them with Netflix.
That makes sense. I mean, they're the place to go right now for game like multimedia content. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So Daniel, I know you're a big Pokemon fan. A lot of information here.
It's one of my favorite franchises. We know that they're making a new one, and they're definitely going to be waiting for the new console or whatever that console is going to be, whether it's a sequel or like an upgraded Pro, whatever they want to call it. And didn't you say that the leak says that it might be cross gen? Or
it seems like there's gonna be a Switch version and a Switch 2 version of the next mainline Pokemon game.
Okay, which makes sense. They want Pokemon to sell as much as possible, and you put it on as many devices as possible. The MMO I think is the most interesting one because that is something that I think everyone has wanted. Is like get immersed in this big open world with just every Pokemon that's ever existed, you know, and like play with all your friends all the time. Like that's a game that I think growing up everyone wanted. So
yeah, I mean, how many like rip off fucking multiplayer Pokemon games are there that you can find online, right? Like there's so many, and you always hear people talking about them. So yeah, clearly it's something the audience wants.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting for 20 plus years. So that is the one I'm most fascinated. I don't know if they're going to do that because if it's going to be an MMO, it needs to be on more than just the one platform. It can't just be everywhere, or it needs to be everywhere. It can't just be there, and they're not going to do that. That's just not
maybe
something they'll do.
With how much Nintendo consoles sell, you know, like I don't know. You got what's Switch at 130 something million right now. It's on Switch and Switch 2. I could see it. I mean, it could work. Not like I mean, they have multiplayer like Splatoon, right?
I mean,
it's not like
work.
Splatoon is everywhere. It's like Splatoon comes out, sells fucking 20 million copies or whatever, and like everyone's happy. So I don't know. They could get away with it,
but to get what they probably want, like it would need to be.
I would more so worry about their online infrastructure at that point, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they're clearly lacking behind the competition. Nintendo still is.
What do you mean? All you have to do is download an app to talk to people.
Right, download an app, get a third-party microphone, hook it up to your phone, and then sometimes 50% of the time that will work. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah. The MMO interests me a little bit too. I've actually never been into an MMO in my entire gaming life. You know, like there's not a single one where I've ever really gotten into it. I touched Elder Scrolls Online for like a little while, but I was not for me. Got a little sick of it pretty quick. Same with like Fallout. What's it even called? 76. I don't even know if you consider that an MMO, but
Sims is into RuneScape, so that's at least one that he's really into.
Yeah, I think Sims played World of Warcraft back in the day, didn't he?
I don't. Maybe he played a little bit.
I think I remember talking about that. I don't know. Seems like some nerdy shit Sims would be into.
Yeah, if he plays RuneScape, yeah.
Yeah. I got a friend that makes a shit ton of money off RuneScape. It's weird.
What, like grinding for people?
Yeah. Like something like he collects the coins or whatever, and then sells the coins or whatever back. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that his only job?
It's you know, this is the type of friend that like gets a new job every time I see him. You know, so it's yeah. I don't know. It's I think he just does that as a side hustle. Made a good bit of money.
I guess he needs to if he's getting a new job every week.
Every other fucking week. I'm like, yo, you work there now? Wow, interesting. But yeah, the Pokemon MMO, I mean, that sounds interesting to me. Why not? Like, yeah, like you're saying, it's just a big Pokemon world with all the Pokemon. Run around with your friends.
We want every region,
go around, catch them, right? Be able to battle all your friends, be able to battle random players and stuff like that. That sounds awesome, and it kind of just seems like an easy thing to make. I mean, obviously it's not easy, but like it writes itself, right? It's a very simple idea.
I think it also leaves room for, like, I think people would argue, like, if you're going to do that and have all the regions and then like have like all the Pokemon stuff, people would probably argue like, why would you need a new Pokemon game all the time?
Yeah.
But with that, it would be like, because they're just going to keep adding new regions. So the new regions will just be the new game, and then, you know, all the old stuff will be here with all the old Pokemon and, you know, all that.
I could get that argument, but like then we have things like Call of Duty, which comes out with a new one every year, but they also have Warzone at the same time, right? So it's just like you can have your cake and eat it too in this scenario. With,
Especially with Pokemon, a lot of the biggest IP in the world.
Exactly. So and there's gonna be tons of people that'll rush towards that MMO, and tons of people that'll still go out and buy the next mainline game. Speaking of the next mainline game, what do you want from the next mainline game? I know that's like a broad question, but do we want to keep going in this giant open world direction that they seem to be going in, the third person perspective and stuff like that? Or do we kind of, because I kind of want them to like go back to the top down perspective, you know, for mainline Pokemon games.
I don't dislike the third person perspective. I'm kind of with you. I don't need Pokemon, especially if they were going to do this MMO and it be probably open world.
Right.
I don't think they need two of them to be open world. I feel like there's probably a balance there you can have. Like, and maybe like Sword and Shield is maybe more of that, where it's like you kind of have I forget what they called it in Sword and Shield. It was like the
that like open area thing.
Yeah. Maybe you can have like sections of the map that are like that, and then the rest is more of a normal Pokemon game. But I'm with you. I don't necessarily need it to be open world. I didn't dislike the open world of Scarlet and Violet. I mean, I guess the big thing I want is it to be a well-running game when it launches.
For sure.
Because Sword and Shield wasn't even that, like, it was more pristine than Scarlet and Violet, but it still had its issues, especially the online stuff. Sword and Shield was not running well. I think they need to take the time and let the game run well. No glitches and all that. Like, when you saw that game at, like, Scarlet and Violet, it's like, man, Nintendo's known for high quality, take their time, and they'll shelve a game until they want it to release. Like, why was that?
Why is Pokemon the one that doesn't get that same treatment, right? Yeah, it's a great point. Like, why is Pokemon the one? Because like Nintendo is known for that. Game Freak is not. You know, Game Freak is known for the exact opposite. Actually, especially now, they built that reputation over the Switch era, which is really unfortunate. They are a great developer, but it's just you're not giving them the time. They just need an extra year, right? Yeah. It's like, and I know that's a lot to ask, but
I loved Arceus. Arceus wasn't perfect either.
Right.
Like Arceus definitely ran better than Scarlet and Violet, but like it had its problems too. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it's like just give them the extra time they need. But yeah, no, personally, I would like to see them go back to the top-down perspective of the older Pokemon games, especially just for the main line. And if we are, like you were saying, if we are gonna have this MMO, let the MMO be that giant open world third-person Pokemon game where you can walk around and like actually see all these Pokemon up close and then play with your friends and stuff like that. Let that be that, you know, and then let the mainline Pokemon games kind of go back to what they originally were from the top-down perspective, and then come up with a cute art style again, you know, sort of like, you know, I'm playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's like, can a Pokemon game look like this? That'd be cool, you know?
Sure, yeah. I think even having access to like all your Pokemon at launch is something I would like to. Because if you remember, they only had like, what, 400 or something out of the 900 when Scarlet and Violet came out. So it's like, that's what they had and what they could do. But like, I'd say wait then. Like, people want to play their Pokemon. Like, you guys made this many. You know that like that one Pokemon's going to be someone's favorite, and then they're not going to have access to their favorite Pokemon. Like, that's on you. That's not on the player. So you should take the time to allow them all to be accessible and playable.
Sure. And then do you want it to be just another go get the gym badges and then here's your side stories and stuff like that? Yeah, just keep going with that.
You can do more around that. Like, you can have like another mission you're doing with that, but I think like
they the did main
exactly
Violet, right?
Yeah, have like a storyline there too, and like have that be the thing. But getting the badges is a very Pokemon thing. Let that be the Pokemon thing. But anything around getting the badges and fighting the gym leaders, I think you can spice it up a bit. But yeah, I want the traditional badge system. Cool. And I like the being able to tackle it in different ways, you know. Like, I think that's cool. Like, so it's not, you're not doing the same, everyone is doing the same 8, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you did them completely different. You did them backwards than I did, you know. Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah, that was one thing I really liked about Scarlet and Violet was the side story things, and I guess they weren't even side stories. It was kind of like 3 main quests that all kind of came together.
Yeah, 3 characters, and they all had their own things you were doing for them.
The one with the guy and the dog, heartbreaking.
Yeah,
the guy just really wanted to save his dog, you know. He was doing anything for that damn dog. And then I guess all that else was in the leak was the Detective Pikachu thing, and then the live action Netflix stuff. Seems like they're gonna delve more into other forms of media to put Pokemon in, which I mean they always have, right? I mean, how long have Pokemon movies been a thing now? For forever. I remember going to see the first one in theater, shit like that.
Yeah, so, that original Pokemon movie.
Yeah, that was a thing, you know, at the time. Yeah,
it was like the first like 3 deal. Or something like that, right?
Yeah, I just whatever one had like the lion-looking legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, that was the second movie. I think
that was the second one.
With with Entei and
that's the one I remember. I don't know if that was the first, second one, but yeah. Okay, is the first one the Mew one? Mewtwo?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, then that one was with Gen 2, and I think there was like a third one with. I think there was like 2 or 3, but those
there's a whole bunch of these, ain't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they just launched the or not just, but they have the whole new series going with the girl now, so I'm sure they'll make more movies off that or whatever.
They like soft like let Ash kind of retire. I think he's still going to be a character, but like he
won. I don't know. He's champ now, ain't he?
He's like the world champ. Finally,
about damn time.
Yeah,
about damn time, Ash.
He's still the same age though.
Yeah, he's still 13 or whatever. Kid's like 10.
Yeah.
Daniel. Next up, then we got our Xbox partner preview earlier today.
Yeah, literally just happened.
It was about 30 minutes long, so 20 minutes ish, right around there. It's got announced earlier in the week, and happened today. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it?
I did, and I thought it was good. I don't think it was great. It was a short little partner direct, and they had more announcements than I thought that they would have, like brand new announcements. So, like, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I think the Xbox has been able to set the expectations for these ones in particular pretty right. Like these are what they are. It's not, you're not getting any like groundbreaking news here or anything, but you're going to get some fun stuff and some shit to look forward to from Xbox. And I thought it was good. I thought it definitely delivered on that.
Yeah.
All right, we can go over it then. First game that showed off then was Alan Wake 2, the Lake House DLC, coming out next week on October 22nd. Daniel, this is the heavily control attached DLC, whatever you want to call it. Coming out next week already. So there you go. This looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play it, but like more Alan Wake 2 is always great, right? So
I will play it at some point. I don't know when, I don't know where, but someday I'll get around to this. I didn't play the first Alan Wake DLC till the remastered came out like 11 years later or whatever. So I will get it sometime I will get to it sometime in the next
11 years.
Yeah, in the next 11 years, I promise I will play it. So I'll probably play it before like Control 2 comes out or something like that. Do a whole replay or something. Right. I don't know. That's typically what I like to do.
Probably the next big one, right, for them.
It depends. Oh, in that universe, yeah, for sure. I don't know. Will they be able to get Max Payne in this universe somehow? I don't know. Maybe they try to do that.
Up to Rockstar, right?
Yeah, that would be up to Rockstar, and I think Rockstar would let them do it. I mean, they are publishing this, and I don't think Rockstar is going to be making a Max Payne game anytime soon. So
Max Payne 3 is great, though.
Max Payne 3 is great. Max Payne 3 is fucking incredible. But I seriously doubt Rockstar would ever go back to the IP at this point. But
I mean, they're allowing the remakes to happen, so I don't know. You never know, right?
For sure. But like, would they themselves make it?
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I think they're letting the remakes happen because they know they're never gonna make anything Max Payne again.
That's a fair point. Yeah, and then they got a lot of other things they're doing.
Yeah.
Like what's gonna be after GTA, right? Like I think that's more what they're thinking.
Yeah. I do wonder if they are just stuck in the whole. It's just going to be Red Dead and GTA games until the end of time.
I just don't know. I don't think they're going to go back to Red Dead. I think that was it for Red Dead, personally. Yeah, as much as I want more Red Dead, but I think they'll probably do something either new or bring like Bully back or something like that.
Yeah, I would hope. Continuing on then, we got this game Blind Fire, which is coming out in early access today. Some sort of multiplayer thing. I thought this was like a Ghost Runner multiplayer thing because the characters look so Ghost Runner-y.
Sure, it had the vibe.
Yeah, even like the hood and like the mask. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like straight out of Ghost Runner. But this game looks somewhat interesting.
Yeah, they're playing with like light and like not having light and stuff.
I don't know. It almost looks like a paintball arena, but you're like playing it. Yeah. So I don't know. It looks somewhat cool. Might be something I check out. I don't know. Next, we get another new trailer for Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And it got a new release date, releasing a week earlier now on February 21st. Daniel, I know you're excited for this one.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I am. Like, they're showing, like, pirate, you could, like, customize your ship, and they were showing some ship battle stuff.
Ship combat. I was like, oh, shit, we're getting straight out of Assassin's Creed here. That's fucking cool.
This is what people wanted from Skull and Bones, right?
This is the Skull and Bones game we all wanted.
Or Black Flag. This is the Black Flag sequel people wanted.
Yeah. So it looks like you're playing what's his name? Majima?
Majima,
yeah. Playing as Majima, and then it looked like his friend was in it, the big bald guy. I know he's like a prominent Yakuza character. Yeah.
The one that's always with him? Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be in it as well.
Like, when we got this trailer, like, where are the other two? So, if I'm wrong, I don't think they showed Daigo. Did they?
Was he the one that was in Infinite Wealth?
In Infinite Wealth, it's the three of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Did they show the other guy?
I don't think so. I don't think I don't remember seeing the other guy. Him.
Yeah. So you got to assume that Daigo's in there too, somewhere. If Saijin is there, so
looks cool. Looks funny. Yeah, I just find it funny you were asking for a Majima game like earlier this year after Infinite Wealth, and you're getting one already next year. So there you go. Coming out in a packed February, so you definitely want to look forward to. Next, we got a new trailer for that Mouse PI game, which is that weird black and white first person.
Actually got a full name now too.
Yeah, Mouse PI. So it looks pretty cool. I didn't realize there was going to be like a story mode in this. I thought this was like a multiplayer project, but
well, it's because like everything we were seeing was just like snippets. It wasn't like look at this game. It's called Mouse, or whatever. So.
Yeah, coming out in 2025 now. So this looks cool. There's a grappling hook in it. So I was like, oh, fuck, let's go. I just hope it plays well, right? It's still that thing. Like, I gotta get my hands on it to see how this really plays, because it's kind of hard to tell just looking at it, but it looks fun.
Kind of look Doomy.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Like the new Doom, kind of how like they were like moving around and shooting bosses and things. Like, I kind of got some Doom vibes, but I don't know. This is definitely a wait and see for sure, but I'm interested. We talked about it when it first got revealed on the show a couple years ago. It was like on Steam, it had like a Steam page, so I'll keep my eye out for
that art style, right? Like, it definitely draws you in, makes you kind of want to play it. So definitely want to keep an eye on for next year. Next we got Subnautica 2 coming out in early access sometime in 2025. Cool trailer with this.
I mean, Subnautica is like one of the most popular like survival games of all time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's huge. It's a huge game. So people love that first game, and then there's that other game we talked about before the show, whatever it was, either a sequel or it was like a DLC, standalone DLC. I'm not sure what it was, but people, I guess, are now getting a full sequel to the first game. So good for them.
Cool. Next game, then we got a new trailer for Animal Well, and it's coming out on Xbox today. Donkey did the overvoice for this. Very funny. Just said shadows over and over again.
Yeah, it's just like it was literally he just recorded a video and then they put his voice over for a video.
Fucking trailer over it. Yeah.
His humor's so dumb. I love it. But
it's just stupid. Good for him though. This game ended up being very popular, so
he knows how to pick them, right? Like, I can't wait to see what like they decide to like publish next. I'm curious, like, how much he's going to be publishing, or is he really taking his time, like one at a time or something like that?
Yeah. Good point. Next game then was End Zero. Eden Zero. Excuse me.
Eden Zero.
Coming out sometime 2025. It's one of them anime games for you guys. I thought this was My Hero Academia.
It's not.
Look like it. Next we got Eternal Strands coming out in 2025. Daniel, it's another Strand game for you.
Yeah, I don't remember this Strand game, but more Strand games are great, right?
It looks like another. I guess it's not really Souls-like. This seemed interesting because he was like combining the ice powers with the fire powers. He was like lighting a rock on fire. It's like the Avatar game we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. So I don't know. You can do some wacky Avatar stuff here, I guess. Looks alright. I don't really like the art style now that I'm looking at it. What's next? Mistfall Hunter was the next game we saw. This is a Souls game. This is the one I was thinking of. Coming out sometime in 2025.
Yeah, this right in this area was where I think it kind of started slowing.
Definitely dulled here. Yeah, they all kind of blend together. But yeah, another Souls game coming at you. Souls game has really just replaced the character action genre.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a better, the best one we haven't even talked about yet, which is we've seen it before, but it got like a new trailer for the other one. We'll get to.
Oh, in this thing, okay.
Yeah.
Next game was Wheel World. Coming out sometime in 2025. This looks like a fun game where you ride a little bike around. Being published by Annapurna. It's very interesting considering their whole publishing division just left. So I guess they're still hiring back with Annapurna Publishing. Yeah. And I guess when you think about that, it doesn't really matter for the game, but it is still just like, okay, I mean, I'm sure there's some amount of work that the publishing arm has to do. Right, exactly. But I guess they were here, right? So that's somewhat of a good sign at least. So I don't know. I have to keep an eye on all things being published by Annapurna coming out in the future now.
For sure.
But yeah, this game looked cool. I mean, I like the vibe of it. I like racing bikes
and
shit.
What if the wheel world looked like that?
Yeah. I thought this was that Ghost Bike game when they showed it. Yeah, you remember that one? A lot of random bike games. It also looked like that Dungeons of Hinterberg game.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I thought it was like DLC for that. That game's supposed to be pretty good. I'd like to play that at some point.
I think it's on Game Pass still.
Yeah, it is. I had it downloaded. So yeah, I'd like to see that at some point. But yeah, this game looks cool. Coming out sometime in 2025, early 2025. Next, Phasmophobia is finally coming to a console on October 29th. It's a very popular game from like a few years ago, I remember.
Yeah, this was COVID.
Yeah, COVID
2020.
Yeah.
We were on the show when it was blowing up. We were doing the show at that point. Yeah, this game finally is getting a console release. I'm wondering if it's getting a PlayStation 1 too. And I'd be curious to know if it has crossplay, because that would be really good for that game.
Yeah.
Being able to play with
this
PC
game,
players.
You need to like use your mic, right? Because it's like about like not making noise.
There's that like spatial audio of like you can only like hear people when you're close to them.
Yeah.
I forget what they call that, but like some games used to have that back in the day. Like I remember back in the day, Halo 2 had that.
Oh, did it really?
You
like
had
mandatory,
to, like,
or you had to turn it on?
No, you can like turn it on, and then like when you were close, you can like talk to people. But
yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Next game then, The Legend of Babu, coming out sometime in 2025. I don't remember this one.
I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one. Did not.
This is a new game. Wario's adding shit that wasn't here in there.
Yeah, that was not there. What do you mean?
I don't know what the fuck this is. I can't even tell what it is from the picture. All right, well, Legend of Babu coming at you. Most anticipated game in 2025.
For sure.
It's up there. Sorry, GTA. Get the fuck out of here. Next game, Wu-Chan Fallen Feathers, coming out sometime in 2025. Another Souls game coming at you.
Yeah, this is the one with we saw this at the Xbox showcase, if you remember. This is the one with that lady, she lit the sword on fire with her arm. Remember that? She was like that and she was like spinning around. This was a Souls like. This is the cool looking one. Yeah.
Okay. Like a real life lady lit her arm on fire? Okay. Like on stage
she
next
lit her
to
sword
Phil?
on fire.
Lit her sword on fire, okay.
Yeah. And then like cut Phil in half. It was crazy. It's wild.
Yeah. Fucking brutal. Jesus
Rest
Christ.
in peace.
Rest in peace, Phil.
Murdered for a showcase. Crazy.
Rest in peace, Phil. Jesus Christ. Got stabbed right there and they lit him on fire. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
That's what happens, man. Japanese are hardcore.
You shouldn't have bought Activision, you know what I'm saying?
That's what happens, man.
That's what happens.
Spent $69 billion, you know? It's
for your death.
Fucking shit, man. Fucking Bill Gates had to come out of nowhere, stab you like Sephiroth. The last game was Firebreak. FBC Firebreak. This is the Control multiplayer game that we've heard so much about from Remedy over the years. It's a 3-player co-op game coming out in 2025. Will also be on Game Pass.
Yeah. Bad name. But looks interesting. I'm curious about the game. Like I'm always down for Remedy games. So I'll just have to wait and see what this game actually is and more about it, you know?
Yeah, not typically my cup of tea. I will download it and check it out just because, you know, I like the Control universe and all that. And I'm curious to see kind of what story implications are going on here with the whole Remedy universe and stuff.
Because this looks like it took place in the oldest house, right?
Yeah. It almost looks like the oldest house is getting taken over by something. And,
maybe when Jesse leaves or something.
Yeah.
Do stuff like
you and your friends got to clear it out. So
yeah, you're like keeping the oldest house at bay.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be like a lot of lore things around, you know, that you can find. A lot of environmental storytelling going on there, just kind of giving you more lore for the Remedy universe.
Yeah,
that sounds
why
cool.
the history back and stuff.
Yeah. The combat looked fine. You know, obviously you gotta get your hands on it, especially first-person shooters, to really be able to tell how it feels. But looks cool. Anyway, we were saying before the show, like, wasn't this canceled? But I guess there was a second multiplayer game over at Remedy that was canceled.
Yeah, I think there was 2. Yeah, I forget what the code name for this one was. It had like a code name, I think is what they announced.
These companies and their damn code names, you know.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, this looks cool though. I love Remedy, so
yeah,
bring more Remedy games to me.
Cool. All right, that'll be out September 2025, and that was the Xbox Partner Showcase. No Hollow Knight. Sorry, guys.
Sorry to Sloan.
Maybe someday. Yeah, sorry, Sloan. That would have been hilarious because he dropped it in the Fantasy Critic like earlier this week. I saw.
I told him to do that because I was like, if you have a free drop, you might as well just go ahead and.
Would have been so funny. It's like, yeah, it's out next week.
You know what? It's actually coming.
Actually coming out next week. All right, cool. Next up, then, a new Destiny game has been announced, titled Destiny Rising. It's a mobile game set in an alternate universe from the mainline Destiny game. It's being developed by NetEase and Bungie, and a closed alpha for the game is happening sometime in November. Daniel, are you a big Destiny fan? Getting a mobile game.
Yep.
Coming at you. Shocked it's like a first-person shooter still, you know.
But it's first and third.
Oh, first and third.
In the gameplay. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to work. Like, I wonder if you can only play in third.
It always baffles me because I'm like, there's no way that controls well, but I don't know. There's millions of kids out there playing Fortnite on their phone, which I don't understand either, so that's whatever.
Third, but
I know, but like that confuses me too. You know, it's like I just think back to when I was in high school and I played through all of GTA 3 on my phone. And it was horrible over like the course of a year. It's like, and it just controlled like complete shit. So I know we've come a long way on mobile from then. I know, and it's like apparently we've come a long way since in the mobile realm.
The problem is for me is like when you're playing, it's like your hands are on the screen that you need to be seeing stuff. Right. That's always like my problem.
Yeah, blocking
with, like,
the view.
Touch, especially for like a shooter or something.
Yeah.
But if it's like meant to be mobile, like just a few touches, it's different. Yeah, I'm interested in this because it seems like it's mostly NetEase that's making this, and like Bungie is like assisting them. So I'm sure they're like telling them lore stuff or telling them like giving them assets to put in the game, things like that. But it seems like NetEase is making the game themselves. And we heard. Do you remember when we heard about this game? We heard about this game so long ago.
Did we? Okay.
Like they did this deal with NetEase.
Yeah.
So long ago. I mean, NetEase is really big into mobile, so it makes a lot of sense that it is just a mobile game. I'm curious about it. You know, I love the Destiny universe. I don't know how it's going to feel to play on a handheld, but I'm curious. I'm more interested in what the monetization is going to be for it and like how that's going to work. Because that's going to, like, if it's super bad, I'm just not going to even really play it. And I'm wondering if there's some, like, cross, like, pollination with like main Destiny 2. Like, can you like get things from Rising and like taking it to 2 if you like link your account and stuff, or either way bring things from Destiny 2 into the mobile game? Like that'd be really cool. Seeing like new characters would be cool. Like I'm very curious what this is going to be, but it's a mobile game, so I don't have a lot of faith in it.
Fair. Yeah, I find the alternate universe thing interesting. I wonder if they were just like at some point, just like, just call it an alternate universe because this is getting too complicated. You know, it's like you don't want to add in the story things from Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 and have to make it make sense in the same universe. So, yeah, I'm sure that happened at some point. Also, NetEase, man, like NetEase is just pushing out games left and right, and they're just partnered with everyone.
They're huge too.
Huge team. Yeah. I mean, they're making that Marvel Rivals game, which is coming out later this year. They're supposedly making that Horizon multiplayer game. They publish, God knows what. It's there's just shit.
They're the ones that got
from NetEase.
Legoshi from the Ryuga Gotoku,
right? Yeah,
the Yakuza team, like the main guy, like they have him and his dev team. What he's doing, they got like another Japanese guy that came in. I forget who it was that make a new team there too. Like they publish a lot. Like it's crazy. Like I mean, they're not quite Tencent level just because Tencent just makes so much money and they've invested in it a lot, but they're pretty close to them. Yeah, I'm very curious about this mobile game. You know, I want more of the Destiny universe, but I don't know. It's been ups and downs, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see if it can gain traction, get an audience and stuff like that. Who knows? I mean, it might even end up being a thing that's just like super popular in China and stuff like that.
This could just be good for Bungie,
right? Yeah, that too. You know, get some money in and out of Bungie going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, closed alpha sometime in November. I'd imagine it comes out sometime next year in full.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Or at least like have like the testing be next year, at the beginning of next year or something.
And maybe like, do a full beta.
Yeah. They're gonna want it to play well, especially being a shooter. Like it's well renowned as Destiny, you know. So
for sure. Okay, Our last news story then, the video game Circana numbers for the month of August have finally come out. Took forever. I don't know
You finally
what was
found
up
them?
with this one. They literally published what date is this article? Let me see. October 11th.
Interesting.
So yeah, we didn't get them August numbers till October 11th, and I know Matt Piscatella deleted his Twitter, so it's like we're not like getting consistent updates on that. And I was looking all over the place for these for like a long time. I was on the Circana website, nothing for a while. So
it's weird you can't find it on their own website. That's
yeah. I think they didn't publish them. I'm sure you could now, but I don't think they published them until the 11th.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, I don't know. It was very interesting. So yeah, we gotta get your mindset all the way back into August, which is feels like forever ago at this point. Here we go, Connor Circana Corner. We're back. Starting with number 20 then for the month of August, EA Sports FC 24. Number 20.
Wow, last year's game's still going. That's crazy.
Gran Turismo 7, number 19. Forza Horizon 5, number 18. MLB The Show. Take that. We got you by one. MLB The Show 24, 17. They got him back. Xbox again, Sea of Thieves, number 16.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah. PlayStation again, number 15, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh my god.
And then here comes Nintendo with the dunk, Mario Kart 8, number 14.
We're here every month.
And then PlayStation's like, no, Helldivers 2, number 13.
Good for that game though, still being 13 though. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was number 13 before. Still the number 2 highest selling game of the year, I believe now. Yep.
What's number 1?
Number 1 for the highest selling of the year is now EA Sports College Football 25.
Oh yeah.
Which just fucking killed it. Which I believe came out in August, so we'll actually get there. I know it came out in July, so yeah. But you know that game fucking sold incredibly well. It's funny that game's gonna end up selling better than Madden. It looks like
it had more time in the market.
Yeah.
I mean, Madden's gonna be up there, top 5 too.
Well, you'll see. Number 12 then was the Elder Scrolls Online. Number 11, Gundam Breaker 4, which is interesting. Bandai Namco getting in there. I don't even know what the fuck that game is.
I think that's the one you like customize your Gundam and all that.
Okay. Well, there you go. It's in there. Number 4. Pretty popular apparently. Number 10, a new one, Visions of Mana. Getting up there.
Good for them. Good for them being 10.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I like to see that. Yeah, especially for that type of game, a JRPG.
Yeah, yeah. I know that game kind of just came and went very quickly, like right at the end of August. So
there's just so much going on. So
yeah,
RPGs are tough.
Number 9, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Number 8, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Number 7, Minecraft. Number 6, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 5, Elden Ring. Number 4 was the EA Sports MVP bundle, which I believe is the bundle with college football and Madden in it. So, and that's gonna be funny when we get to our number 1 and 2. Number 3 then was Star Wars Outlaws coming in at number 3. We know this game sold 1 million copies through the time. I know Ubisoft doesn't seem too impressed by their numbers, but
yeah, they're thinking Star Wars numbers, but
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, we were talking about this game last week. Yeah, it's fine, but for the amount of money they probably put into it, you know, it's funny because I watch some movie breakdown stuff for the top box office things still. I still like to keep up with those numbers for some reason, even though I don't watch movies a lot anymore. But we always get the how much money did this cost to make numbers in the movie world. That is the main thing people talk about. It's like, okay, how much did this cost to make? How much did it actually end up making? And video games are just the exact opposite. We never get estimated numbers.
Different. They'll like announce a thing and an actor who's like making it, and then here's a release date.
Right.
It's next year or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that's the announcement.
Yeah.
We don't get that in the games industry.
Yeah.
They're just way more open with all that stuff.
No, it's nuts because it's like, I don't know. We see these things and it's just like, yeah, Star Wars Outlaws being number 3, it's fine. But if the game needed to sell like 10 million copies or whatever, that's not good. You know, it's the same thing with like Joker 2 right now. That game was like that movie was like the number 1 in the world or whatever for the week it came out, but it cost $200 million to make it and it like made like 40 million or whatever. It's like, oh, well, that's not good. That's actually very bad. Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's just I wish video games were more open with how much things cost.
I think they should.
Number 2 then was EA Sports College Football 25, and then number 1 was Madden 25. Funny because the bundle that has both of them was number 4, and then they're number 1 and 2. So yeah, the football games out here killing it.
Crazy. I mean, we knew it. We knew going into this year, both of them would be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's every year. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have one miss though, or actually 2, because we said that Ubisoft would have both 2 also in the top 10. Right. One's not going to be, and then one's just not coming out this year. So
yeah, I'm trying to see, did Star Wars Outlaws even get into the top 20 of the year? It is not. So Star Wars Outlaw not even up there in the top 20 of the year.
It's fascinating to see 3 games, 2 of them from last year, and then 1 from 2 years ago in the top 10 still. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
2 games.
I mean, it's like that thing that came out, right? It's
I guess another one, Modern Warfare 3 too. That was
60% of whatever the top most played games are 6 years or older. That came out earlier this year, so it's it's just nuts out there right now. It's people are just sticking to their games. They find a multiplayer game they like, and they don't really move.
Even
from
single player, these games are huge now. Like, these games are so bloated. Like, people are staying with the game for even longer.
Yeah.
And then these other games aren't selling because they're not going to go and buy a new game when they have Metaphor that's like 100 hours, or whatever, or Elden Ring you can endlessly play, right? Like, or even Hogwarts, right? Like, these games are just huge. So
we did get
just gonna stick with it.
A lot of updates on games that came out recently. I like the post with a bunch of different numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see here. So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero sold 3 million copies in a week.
That's fucking good. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, that game's super popular. I was talking about it with some dudes at work, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize the Dragon Ball game was going to be this popular. But yeah, it's up there. Shit, man.
I want to play. I think Sloan's been playing it.
Yeah, I want to play it too.
I'd like to try it out. Check it out. I've never been into the 3D DBZ games.
Me neither. Like, I've never liked how those controlled. I remember trying Kakarot like not too long ago, and I was like, it's kind of
that's a little different because that is like a single player game.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little different when it comes to like you battling someone else, but because like the spiritual sequel to like these games was the Xenoverse games. If you remember those,
sure.
Xenoverse 1 and 2.
The Silent Hill 2 remake sold 1 million copies in its first week. Good for them. I wonder how much that game ended up costing, but seems pretty good. Good direction for them. So
it seems like only half their team is even doing it. So
yeah, I mean, Blooper's got to be pretty big, right? Because did we not mention that Blooper game from the Xbox thing? Did we skip over that?
We didn't.
Somehow?
I don't think we did.
Why did we skip over that? Was that in the Wario thing?
Chronos.
Yeah, Chronos coming out from Blooper Team. Yeah. It's
really
like the most interesting thing there. I can't believe I forgot that. That game looked awesome though. I thought that looked really cool.
Need some more gameplay. There's a snippet, but I want more.
Sci-fi thing. I'll be curious to see what Blooper Team can learn from making the Silent Hill 2 remake and carry that over into the new games.
I mean, the main character killed their grandmother like right at the end. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Don't kill your
grandmother. Sucked at chess, and he was like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Metaphor ReFantasia sold 1 million copies in its first week as well.
Awesome.
But games are selling, man. Yeah, good for them.
That's like Atlas's fastest selling game too.
Yeah, which is cool to see. It seems like Atlas is kind of able to carry over their name into different IPs now, and people just kind of know like, oh, these are the Persona guys. So people rushing out to buy that. Good to see.
I mean, Sega's been killing it in so many ways
this year in particular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just need that game that's like a super high seller for them, Like Capcom has Monster Hunter, Sega doesn't have a Monster Hunter. Yeah, Resident Evil 2, and Sega doesn't have that. It's like even the Sonic games aren't super high. Like they're high, but they're not that high. It's
I think what they do is they budget and put these games out at a relatively good pace.
For sure.
So they just know the business how to do it, but yeah. I'm with you. They need a breakthrough. I just don't know what would even be that.
Yeah, they don't really have like a multiplayer thing that would crack open like that,
Or even just like they would need a new IP or something, probably.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how they would get there, but they're probably looking for something like that. Yeah, that's all the new games that I'm seeing here. Yeah. All right. Let's look in the yearly chart. If there's anything new there.
I'm trying to think of
Madden NFL 25 is all the way up at 12. No, because that came out in September, so we'll have to wait another month for that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Madden NFL 25 is number 12.
Okay.
Already. Like I say, EA Sports College Football is number 1. Helldivers 2 is number 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is number 3. And then, interesting enough, the EA Sports MVP bundle, which is the bundle with both of them, is already number 4. I mean, Yeah, Madden and the college football 25 are sold higher than that already, just with that bundle. So yeah, pretty nuts.
Crazy. That's crazy. These people go play something else. Go play anything else, please.
Persona 3 Reload still hanging in there at number 19 for the year. Good for them.
Good for them. That's a game I'm gonna eventually get to, like, in the future.
Yeah.
I do want to play that game because, like, I want to play 3 and 4. So it's like, if that rumored 4 version of, like, updated version is true, I'll probably do that.
They're doing a remake of that for sure. Sure. Although it sounded like we're getting the Persona 1 and 2 remakes before that. So you might be waiting a little while for the Persona 4 remake.
There's enough games.
Yeah,
I'm barely playing.
You'll be all right. Yeah. If I had a guess, I don't know. The rumors are indicating Persona 6 is going to be next year, so but I could see that slipping into like a 2026. Yeah, we don't. You might be getting it.
You can't do this to me.
I mean, the rumors are pushing that way, so we'll see if that ends up coming to fruition. And then I'd imagine the year after that, they're liking the yearly Persona releases, whether it be a side Persona thing like those the Dynasty
Dancing
Warriors type
games
game, the Dancy type ones, or a mainline Persona game, or a remake. So I'd imagine we're gonna get something Persona next year, whether it is the 1 or 2 remake or Persona 6.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for the news of the week. Now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, what you been playing?
Oh, I didn't play anything this week. Yeah, not a lot of gaming time. What about you?
Okay, what have I been playing? I am 17 hours into the Silent Hill 2 remake.
You haven't beaten it?
No, I haven't beaten it. Yeah, it's a long ass fucking game. It's a long game.
Not beaten this game already. It's too long for a horror game, to be honest. If you ask me.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. It's I mean, you get stuck, right? Like there's puzzles, there's monsters and shit getting in your way.
Is it the puzzles that are?
I don't know what's really adding up to my time. I don't know. It's a long game. It's a longer game.
Do you feel like you're getting stuck often?
Not like super often, but it is like I am very slow with these games. Okay. Like I am looking in every room, looking in every drawer, taking my time as much as possible because I want to find as much supplies as I can to get through the next thing, right? So yeah, it definitely does take a little bit of time, and yeah, I don't even know if I'm at the end. Really, it's like I got to be getting towards the end, sort of, but let's look. Like, how long is this on how long to beat? Because I'd imagine I would have thought it was like 15 hours, but how long to beat? Yeah, 18 and 21 hours, so makes sense. I got to be getting towards the end then. I guess.
To me, that's just so long, like for a horror game. I don't know.
Yeah, it is very long. It's very intense too. So you're just like tensed up the whole time. I mean, I am taking like a lot of breaks too. Yeah, I don't know. It's a long game. Yeah. But I'm having a great time, man. This game is a fucking experience. It really is. Yeah. Like this is the scariest game I ever played for sure. It's
interesting. What would have been the other previous?
I remember Outlast being pretty scary, but I don't remember that scaring the shit out of me like this was. I'm trying to think. Like Alan Wake 1 and 2 aren't that scary. The Resident Evil games kind of die down on their scares when you get halfway through.
They're more atmospheric as well.
Yeah, I would describe this as like the first half of like Resident Evil 2, but the whole game is that. Like that sort of tension, lacking supplies type of thing.
Resident Evil 7, the first.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 was probably it beforehand. Resident Evil 7 was scary as shit.
I mean, that also really dips like after the first few hours.
Yeah, for sure, especially when you get into that third act. But I probably would have said Resident Evil 7 before this. But yeah, this definitely takes ground because this game's scary as fuck, man. And it just gets like progressively darker too. The more and more areas, dude. There's this one area you just like literally with your flashlight on, you couldn't see fucking shit. Like you couldn't see anything in front of you. And it's just it's really cool, man. The lighting in this game is just next level.
Right,
like
turn the brightness in your TV.
Oh yeah, you could, I guess, if you wanted to. And it's always just like all right, go into the basement now of this place. It's like,
no,
oh no, fuck
I'm not
me.
doing it. James, we're leaving.
Why? And there's such good areas too. You know, there's a prison, there's a hospital, it's just stuff like that. Or it's just like,
why is there a prison in this? This is a small town. This town doesn't need a prison.
It's a good point. It's a giant prison too. And I'm like, what do they need? How many people are in here? How many people could possibly be in here? It does something really smart with the combat too. So there's like very limited types of enemies. There's like 4 altogether, and they all kind of make sense with the weaponry you get. You know, like one you want to put down with the pistol. One of them, like the nurses you brought up last week, you want to put those down with the shotgun, right? Because they'll just run at you. And if you start shooting them with the pistol, you're just going to be wasting bullets. You got to put like, I don't know, 7, 8 bullets in them with the pistol just to get them down, where you can just use one shotgun. And they rush at you too, the nurses. So you really want to get a shotgun on them. And then there ends up being these like crawly on the ceiling type enemies and crawling on the side of the walls. And then you get a hunting rifle, and then you kind of put those guys down with those. So it all kind of like makes sense, you know, mathematically there with the weaponry.
It's cool you got to the nurses. Nurses are iconic. They're like, look.
Oh, they're scary as fuck, dude.
Design.
They do this weird, like, you'll see them in the corner. They remind me of clickers a lot, the nurses. You like see them in the corner, like making noises, and they like shake their head like really fast in like a weird demented way. And you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, lady, calm down. What are you doing? These nurses are cracked out, man.
Kind of hot, though. I mean.
Yeah, they can't talk, so that's great. Yeah, I'm loving the story thus far. There's some really heavy themes in this game and really heavy topics that you get into, you know, a lot of suicide, rape even, and stuff like that. And it's like
some of the that's what people love about this game is its story.
Yeah, the story's awesome. The side characters end up being awesome too, and like the stories that revolve around them, that ends up being really cool and interesting. I still haven't gotten like the main like revelation of like what's going on here in the game, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm sure there's some sort of twist that goes into it, and like I'm trying to like piece everything together. The game does a really good job with like the lore it gives you too. It doesn't give you like too much like a control. It gives you like just enough to like start trying to put things together. And even like in the puzzles, it gives you like just enough to figure it out. And some of them are kind of stupid, but like some of them make sense. Like there's this one where it was like a rhyme, and then there was like these leathers on the door, and you had to match that up with the names in the rhyme and like figure out which door to walk in first. It was this whole thing. It's like the puzzles almost make no sense when you're first trying to put it together, and then you're like, I think this could be the way to figure out this puzzle, and that's normally always the way to figure out that puzzle is like your first instinct of how to figure it out. And so yeah, I'm liking it from all those perspectives. Yeah, I mean, this is a great game overall, man. I can't recommend it enough if you're a horror fan. It is scary though, man. like I wouldn't fault anyone if they were just like, this is too scary for me, because it really is that bad. Yeah, like when you get to certain parts where I'm just like, I find myself having to like push myself when I know I'm walking into a new room, and just like, all right, it's just a game, you know, because I got the headphones on, it's dark as shit in my room, and I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna walk in there, we're gonna clear out the room.
You put your blanket over you.
Yeah. So there, I got my cat next to me. I'm just like, fuck, man, this sucks.
Protect me.
Yeah, it's like, like you're just miserable when you're playing this game. You're just like, fuck, man, I just need this to be over.
Cover your cat's eyes.
Yeah, don't look. Like I'm having the time of my life, but I can't wait for this game to be fucking over.
This game is the greatest game I've ever played. I hate it.
I fucking hate it. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so it's definitely a good time. I definitely I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and other people's thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to get to it, but I definitely want to play it for sure at some point.
You should. I think you liked it a lot. What else? I'm continuing on with Zelda then. I have one more dungeon left in Zelda. Yeah, so still having a good time with that. This one. Yeah, not yet. I'm kind of playing those together, so it kind of slowed down both of those. But I imagine probably this weekend I'll get through both of them. Okay. I'm nearing the end on both, it sounds like. So yeah, I'll get through that, and then I'm gonna jump into the Neva. I think I got that downloaded now, so I think I'll do Neva. Is that next.
Everywhere? Neva? I can't remember.
I think, I don't know if it's on Switch, but I got it downloaded on PlayStation. I know it's on Xbox, so and there must be a Steam version, so I'd imagine it's on Switch too. Why not?
It should be, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, gonna do that.
Do you know how long that game's supposed to be? Like, I think Greece was like 6 hours.
Yeah, I think I saw like
6 to 8.
I think I saw like 5 to 6, something like that.
5 to 6.
Yeah, something like that. So
about the same. And there's combat in this one.
Get through.
There was no combat in Greece.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I never played Greece.
It was just platformer. Yeah, like a puzzle platformer. Yeah, I'm curious about this game. It reviewed super well, so yeah, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. Like, definitely want to check this one out too.
Yeah, I think I'll get to that, and then do Life is Strange after that, and then I'll probably, then like I said last week, I'll pick one of the big giant RPGs after that, and then play through that over November. And yeah, that'll probably get me through the year, or at least till December. Then Indie comes out, and then that'll be about it for the year.
Yeah, it's really the last big game I think this year that I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people just did previews for Indie. I don't think the previews are out, but I know like everyone flew out to go play it or whatever type thing.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to hear what people have to say about like how the gameplay feels, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, machine games, they're fucking great at first-person combat, so...
I mean, yeah, Wolfenstein 1 and 2 were so good.
I'm expecting that to carry over here.
Me too. It's just gonna be different feel of the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be nice and smooth, but different feel with the whip and stuff.
For sure. All right, cool. We can do some character rankings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me get the list pulled up. Where are you at? Here it is. We have ranked 93 characters so far.
All right.
We're almost to 100. All right. Who are we going to do first? Let's see. Yeah, I did Majima already. I was going to do it. I was going to do a Like a Dragon character. Should we do Kasuga?
Sure.
Like I mean, he's very popular now, right? Having his two games for himself.
Gotta be above Kiryu. Where's Kiryu?
What? Kiryu's at number 8.
Looks like Kasuga's number 7. Easy peasy.
What? I mean, I think he's really high. Do you really think he should be like top 10?
I mean, I'm just kind of joking, but I do like him more than Kiryu, but yeah, I don't. He should be high, but yeah, probably not that high.
Okay. If he should be high, how high are you thinking?
I think like top 25, somewhere in there.
Number 25 is Amicia.
Okay.
Do you like Kasuga more than Amicia?
Yeah, I put him.
I think
Amicia.
I do too.
Kasuga's just fun, man.
Yeah, well, he's fun, but he has a lot of depth to him that he, like I think that's what makes his character so good. Is he's a fun and a good person, but there's just a lot of depth there too. He has a lot of darkness in his past and stuff.
Sure, he'd been to jail.
Yeah, it's true.
Is he Kasuga jail game?
So a lot of these characters here are like they have iconic status that he does not have. Like number 23 is Pac-Man. It's like, is he a better character than Pac-Man? Yeah, but like,
does he have the iconic status of Pac-Man? Yeah.
Like, is the iconic status of Pac-Man overshadow him? That's a tough one. Because then like number 22 is Chun-Li. Number 21's Solid Snake.
Ooh.
And then
you
get
go that high.
Nathan Drake. It's like, I don't know. Like some of these are so iconic.
Yeah, not yet.
So 24 is Andrew Ryan.
Okay. I could put him one above that. What's 23 then?
23 was Pac-Man.
Yeah. I say you go new number 24.
New number 24?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Ichiban Kasuga. From Like a Dragon.
Like a Dargan.
Do you have a character?
I forgot to mention I've been playing Backyard Baseball on PC.
I saw that those came out and I thought about you. I forgot to say that they came out.
It was $8, yeah.
You bought the whole bundle with all of the games?
No, not with all the games. I just bought the baseball one. Cause that's the one that's out right now. Yeah, I've been playing a couple of matches of that. That game is like super slow. When you play it, it's just like a slog to get through. That's Pablo Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez. Did you play as Pablo Sanchez?
Oh yeah. You got to get him on the team. Because you recruit your team first thing you do. Yeah. He was the first player I picked for sure.
For sure.
Hit a home run with him.
Number 92.
It's funny because I believe these games were made by those like old school point and click games for kids, like Pajama Sam and all those. And so it's kind of like a point and click game, but a baseball game. And you gotta like click the baseball at the right time when it comes towards you. And it's like really hard to tell when the baseball's coming towards you. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is difficult as shit. Awesome. We should have Vinny the Gooch, who's the announcer on Backyard Baseball.
You can't curse the shit.
His name's Vinny the Gooch.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
What's his voice sound like?
He kind of does like a. God, I'm gonna fuck up which Eastern state like accent this is. Yeah, it's like New York or Boston, one of the two. It could even be a New Jersey kid. One of those, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's the announcer. Fucking hilarious. So yeah, let's add Vinny the Gooch, number 1. There you go.
All right. Is Vinny the Gooch better or worse than Pablo Sanchez?
God, why do we have Pablo Sanchez so low? He should at least be top 10. Man, you got to put him below Pablo Sanchez. Pablo Sanchez is just the shit. Pablo Sanchez, little Mexican kid with a gut. You know, he's got a gut. He's like that. He's skinny, fat body type. You know, like he just looks super slim, and he's just got a big old belly. And he just knocks out home runs, man. His stats are all the way up
so
on hitter.
Strong.
Just a
the
hitter.
Powers in that gut,
dude. You got your bases loaded. You need Pablo Sanchez coming up here, sure. You know, because he'll knock it out for you. He'll knock it out of that park. Vinny the Gooch is hilarious, though.
Is Vinny the Gooch a better character than Chell from Portal?
Oh God,
which is just the main protagonist, which doesn't have that much going on.
Yes, so he is.
So he's right below. So he's the new number 93.
Okay, great.
Vinny the Gooch.
Vinny the Gooch. Let's go. Love it. Make sure you spell Gooch right.
I don't know how to spell Gooch.
Me neither.
Is it Gooch?
I have no idea. And
That's how I'm spelling it.
I'm not looking it up either.
You should definitely Google that for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that at all. You remember in Jackass when Steve-O lit that firework out his ass?
Mm-hmm.
And he explained what the Gooch was.
I think
in great detail and showed you.
Yeah.
What was going on there.
So the next character I'm going to do, seeing Chell. We have only 2 Portal characters, so there's not that many. I'm going to do, really, there's only 3 for the most part. I guess unless you do Cave Johnson, but he's kind of like a side thing.
We should, though.
We should do Cave Johnson's so good. We're going to do Wheatley, who I love.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Wheatley's so good in 2. Wheatley's the best character in 2, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot more GLaDOS in 2, but I would say, like, Wheatley's like the standout in that game.
Yeah, still floating somewhere in space as a potato.
Yeah.
That's such a good ending to that game.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the best video game endings. You shoot the portal into the moon. That is so fucking good.
So cool.
That game. He's pretty high. Like Wheatley's a really good character.
He's got to be pretty. I would put him pretty
hilarious.
High.
The way they are able to express his character just with one eye too, and that movement, it's fucking great, man. That game's brilliant.
Is that Steve Merchant, right?
I believe so.
Office and and all his writing and stuff.
Yeah. He's like that dorky looking guy, right? Or at least in the Office, he is.
He's not in the Office. He might be in the British one.
No, like in the British one, right?
Look this up. Does he act in it?
I have like an image in my head of him.
He was
Unless
the
I'm
dude
thinking
in
of someone
Logan.
else.
He acted in Logan. He was the other guy in Logan that dies early, like the first half or whatever.
I think that's who I'm thinking of.
I can't. Are you thinking that skinny guy? That's not him.
That's not him? Okay.
No.
I'm thinking of someone completely different then.
Yeah. He might still be a character in the British Office, but I know he's like the creator of it.
Yeah, this is the guy I'm thinking of.
Is it? So he's in it?
Is he in the Office? Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, he's the creator of The Office. I don't remember if he's an actor in it, though.
Yeah, he was in Logan. I know a lot of Robot Chicken.
Yeah, well, it's because of his voice. He does a lot of voice stuff.
Yeah.
So is he better or worse than Luigi? Let's do the Luigi bar.
Yeah, he's in 3 episodes of the British Office.
He is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like the gym character that's that skinny dude, is who I thought you were talking about.
Maybe that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name. Isn't that guy the guy that's in we're gonna get off tangent. Pirates of the Caribbean, like, isn't he that like the skinny one?
Oh
Isn't that
yeah,
the same
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Or he's
That's
friends with the
him.
fat guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the dude that plays the Jim character
Missing
in
an
the
eye, I
British.
believe.
Yeah. Is Wheatley better or worse than Luigi? Does he pass the Luigi bar?
I would put him above Luigi.
Okay, so he passes the Luigi bar. What about Thane?
Ooh, that's a tough
Kind
one.
of and that was like the next character I was kind of like thinking of.
Where is Thane?
Thane's 56.
He can go above Thane.
Okay, I mean we're getting into some. This is even tough territory here because like then there's like Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. Majima is 52. Sora is 51. Chai is 50.
Yeah,
like,
I think we're in the right area. What's like 54? That Tifa?
54 is Tifa.
Yeah.
Zagreus from Hades is 55.
What's 53?
53 is Bayonetta.
Go in between Tifa and Bayonetta.
Okay. So
You're
right above
53.
Tifa.
Yeah.
50 it'd be number 54.
54,
yeah. Wheatley. Yeah, Wheatley's great. The performance of Steve Merchant, it really props up Wheatley a lot. You got a character for me?
A
few more.
Let's think here. Who do we want? Have we done Lara Croft?
You mean Lara?
Lara Croft.
I don't think we. No, I don't see
had
her.
a new show that released on Netflix.
Yeah, sure. Icon. Her icon access is super high.
Love those triangle titties. Love it.
Yeah. All right, Lara. That's a tough one. Okay. Because it's also depending on the era too. Like you have different versions of like the character and stuff.
Sure.
I think she's really high.
They're doing that. They're whatever the Aspire remakes are. We're calling them remastered, but they're doing it for 4, 5, and 6 now, or whatever. So they call it 4, 5, and 6, but they weren't called 4, 5, and 6 when they actually released.
That's cool though. Keep doing that.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fine.
That's fine.
I don't even know if they can. Like, how many Tomb Raider games are there past that? You know.
There was the 2 top downs, which I think were like. I don't know if they were canon.
Like, how many Tomb Raider games are there altogether? Well,
there's 3 of the original trilogy, or I'm sorry, 3 of the new trilogy. There's the 2 top downs. There's 6.
I got them all right here. So it's 1, 2, 3. There's Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Chronicles, Tomb Raider: Curse of the Sword, Tomb Raider: The Prophecy, Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you get into 2006. They skip 2005, 2006. Tomb Raider Legend. Then there's Tomb Raider Anniversary, which that just might be a remake of the first one or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like an HD version or something like that.
Then there's Tomb Raider Underworld in 2008. And you get all the way to 2010, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light.
So Underworld was the first one, I think, right? It was the top down? Am I wrong?
That was the
Guardian of Light is for sure.
Guardian of Light is?
Yeah, that's one of the top down ones.
Gameplay. Raider is a single player action adventure game. No, it doesn't look top down from this.
Okay, so Guardian of the Light was the first top down one.
Let's see. Gameplay. Guardian of Light, non-linear, arcade-inspired action game. Yeah, it's a top down. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first top down one. Then there was a sequel to that game. I can't remember the name of that.
Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris.
Yes, that's the that is the other top down.
Yeah.
Oh, then there was Go, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider Go.
Yeah, and there was Go. That was in 2015. Same year as Rise of the Tomb Raider. What is Lara Croft?
Tomb Raider Rise.
Oh, there's a free-to-play run game.
No, don't do that to her.
So all together, and then you get into the new trilogy. Started in 2013, then Rise, then Shadow. So all together, there's 1, 2. Are we counting the mobile ones?
Sure.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15
Really not that much,
original Tomb Raider games. Yeah, not as many as you would think, but then you add in all the remakes and remasters.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's about 5 or 6 more there. So there's like over 20 Tomb Raider releases. I love it. Dude, she's almost had a game every year. Except recently. But it's just been the rematch. This is actually the longest break that will go on for mainline Tomb Raider games. Ever. Or since they started in 96. Yeah, nuts. Okay, so Lara Croft. I mean, high up there. Huge iconic
I'm going to take shots here.
Sure.
It's a character I like a lot, so it's like, nah, it's good shots.
You're going to bring up Nathan Drake, aren't you?
Yes. Is she better than Nathan Drake?
As a character, no. As iconic status, yes.
I mean, Nate has iconic status too, but not to the level.
No, not to the level, not yet.
As a character, it depends, because like I think the Lara from like the new trilogy is a very good character.
No, she's great. She doesn't have that charisma though, you know.
The Nate, yeah, for sure. Nate just has a charm to him.
Yeah.
So would you put her above Nate?
That's tough. That's
a tough one. I know. That's why I wanted to start right here. You know what I mean?
That's hard. Should originate, you know, like Nate probably wouldn't exist if Lara Croft didn't exist first.
Yeah, I mean, well, but then you would say then it's
Indiana Jones. Yeah, then you go back to that.
I still don't know if we'd get Nate without the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, do we get Nate without Laura, and do we get Laura without Indy?
Yeah,
and I'm sure Indiana Jones was inspired by something too.
Oh, he was. I mean, that's like Lucas was inspired by like stuff he watched as a kid,
sure,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like that's like Star Wars for Lucas was inspired by like things he was reading and stuff growing up.
Oh, wasn't Star Wars inspired by Dune?
Dune, and then there was like a comic or something that he read too, or something. There was something that he read growing up too.
What is that thing called?
You know what I mean? There was something that he read as a child that really loved.
There's like another movie though. That's like a sci-fi movie that came out before Star Wars that heavily inspires it.
Well, Flash Gordon.
Is that it? Yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
Because he wanted to make a Flash Gordon movie.
Yeah. That is it.
I
wonder if Indy was inspired by James Bond then originally.
You maybe the like hero guy type. Like, yeah. I mean, James Bond inspired so much. Like, right. Trailblazing in that time in the 60s.
For sure. Got some new info on that James Bond game too.
Did we?
A little bit. There was like some details that came out. I think they said progression is going smoothly right now. Okay. Yeah, when was that Hitman game? Was that 2021?
Yeah. And they have 2 teams though, because they just opened that other team.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So one's making James Bond, the other one's probably making a new Hitman, I would assume. Yeah, I don't know. Would I might put her.
I can concede and go one above, just because that's a funny placement too.
You wouldn't put her above the next character, so.
Well, I mean one above Nathan Drake.
I know. I'm just saying she wouldn't go further because you would not put her above the next character.
Who's the next character?
Leon.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, and you're not doing that.
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't do that at all.
Okay, well, just to like, I'll like concede a bit myself too. Is she better than Solid Snake?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, okay. So then we're kind of there then. Okay, I think that just her iconic status. I think that she's just not. She's just so much more iconic than Nate. Like, sure. It's
triangle titties. I understand.
I mean,
if Nate had a triangle dick sticking out of his pants, then we'd be talking about something, but we're not.
I guess with like a serious note with Lara is like Lara like probably got a lot of more women into games seeing a protagonist like that, you know? So like she's very important to the game industry.
My triangle titties feel represented here.
Good one. You got one more character for us?
Let me look. I pulled up a list earlier, and then I saw Lara Croft. For some reason, you asked me, can you think of any video game characters at the moment? And I'm like, no, I can't think of
no character.
A single one.
Take a big swing if you want to.
Do we want to bring out a big gun?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, we just did the Lara, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that is a big gun.
and we got so
Giant
many like,
Bomb's
fighting
list.
games.
Guess who the number one is on Giant Bomb's list? This is
How old's this
horrible.
list?
Oh, okay, I don't know if this is Giant Bomb or a user under Giant Bomb.
It's probably a user.
Okay, great.
Right.
This guy has Tails as number one.
Tails is number 74 for us.
God, Jesus Christ, that's still too high.
There's a level icon. Pick a big character.
Master Chief. Have we done Arbiter?
We haven't even done Chief.
We haven't done Chief either.
Mm-mm.
Let's do Arby.
The Arbiter. Okay. Interesting, because as much as I think we're gonna like the Arbiter, I don't know if the Arbiter has like icon status. I just like the Arbiter. As a character is awesome.
Sure. I think elites in general kind of take over that just because he doesn't really have an iconic design. Yeah.
For sure.
He kind of just looks like all the other elites.
Yeah. Exactly.
Love their design though, and the way their mouse move.
The elites are so cool. Yeah.
And weird looking. It's disgusting.
Yeah. They're just how they move too. Like the elites are just so cool.
My favorite moment in Halo is at the end of Halo 3 when at the very end when Chief and Arbiter get on the ship and like all those crates fall on one side and then Chief's stuck on the other, and then Arbiter just like pokes his head out of a hole and like just nods at Chief. It's like, what the fuck was that?
They're bros.
They're bros. I love Arbiter. I would go somewhat high.
I think the Arbiter is just one of the better characters in Halo.
Great voice. I mean? I know all the elites are the same voice, but
yeah, I think the only other character we've done from Halo is Cortana.
Really? Okay, we haven't done Sergeant Johnson either.
I don't think we've done Johnson. Let me see. Yeah, you can keep going.
Do 343 at some point. That weird silver fucking monkey at the end of 2.
Yeah, the brute. He's a brute.
Yeah, what a weird boss fight that is.
We've only done Cortana.
What's like?
And I must say, from me personally, Cortana I think is the best Halo character.
Sure.
But Chief will rank higher because Chief is way more iconic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think that the Arbiter would be higher than Cortana for me.
No, I think she's number one. I can agree with that. Yeah.
So she's at 30.
She just has way more depth than anyone else really in Halo.
Yeah. The Arbiter you get a lot too when he's first introduced.
Do the Luigi bar for Arbiter. Where's Luigi again? Yeah.
Luigi 62 or 62.
So I don't think Arbiter is above Luigi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. That's fair. No, that's perfectly fair.
Yeah. And kind of being the Luigi 2 Master Chief, in a weird way.
I would even think lower. Like Luigi is way more iconic to like the 2, right?
Yeah.
So going a few drops lower, like I think Yoshi's higher.
Yoshi.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I think Banjo's a little bit higher too than Arbiter.
Handsome Jack from Borderlands, the villain of 2.
That's a you question, and I don't feel comfortable answering that one.
I think Arbiter's higher than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we found it.
Below that is Valerie, and this is something you ranked really high.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I guess we'll do right there, right below Banjo. So new 67.
Number 67, Arbiter.
Yeah, shout out to what's his name, Keith Davison.
And that's gonna do it for Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 245. Almost at 250. That'd be cool. 5 weeks. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Sloan got me Metaphor, so I think that I'm gonna try to play it now I have it. So that's what I'm gonna try to play next.
Cool. Hell yeah. Dive into that next.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That'll be it. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.